Did the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon of Israel really meet? What kind of relationship did they have? Welcome to the Sankofa Pan African series. Please, if you've not already done so, take a few seconds to click on the subscribe button. Thank you. Now, the Ethiopian Empire, also known as Abyssinia, covered the area of present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. It came into some kind of formal existence around 1270 AD. The Solomonic dynasty ruled the empire until 1974, when the monarchy under Emperor Haile Selassie was overthrown in a Marxist coup d'etat. The country of Ethiopia, as we know it today, is therefore one of the oldest nation states in the world. It is the only black African nation to successfully resist the scramble for Africa by colonial powers during the 19th century. Ethiopia only succumbed very briefly to Italian occupation in 1935, but was liberated during World War II. Before then, Italy had tried to invade Ethiopia unsuccessfully. In 1896, Ethiopia defeated the invading Italian army, which only succeeded at that time in capturing Eritrea. Ethiopia has served as a source of pride and inspiration for Africans and Africans in the diaspora. This is illustrated by the works of creative writers as far back as Phyllis Whitley. I've already done an episode about the life of this remarkable woman. So if you've not yet watched it, make time to do so, and please help share word about her video and others in this series with your friends and contacts. Now, another way to appreciate the role of Ethiopia as a source of pride to Africans and Africans in the diaspora is reflected in the reception of the medieval Ethiopian texts known as the Kebra Nagast, or the Glory of Kings. It's a chronicle of Ethiopia's royal line, and it records a version of the seduction of the Queen of Sheba by King Solomon. Now, unlike the biblical version, the Kebra Nagast is prevalent amongst continental Africans as well as some Africans in the diaspora, because it relates how the Ark of the Covenant came to Ethiopia with Solomon and Sheba's offspring. I will come to how the Ark of the Covenant and Ethiopia in a later episode, so watch out for it. Anyway, so the Kebra Nagast records how the Ark of the Covenant came to be in Ethiopia with the son of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon. His name was Menelik I. Now, while the story of the Queen of Sheba and Solomon in the Bible does not admit to any amorous relationship between the two of them, the Kebra Nagast does so. As a matter of fact, even some biblical scholars do not acknowledge the fact that Sheba is actually part of Ethiopia. Rather, some biblical scholars try to situate the Queen of Sheba's country somewhere in the southern part of Arabia. Please check out the notes on 1 Kings chapter 10 verse 1 of the 2003 edition of the Quest Study Bible. Now, so unlike the biblical version of the story, Kebra Nagast's version relates how the Queen of Sheba travels to Jerusalem to visit Solomon in order to explore his famous knowledge and wisdom. However, the night before her return journey home, Solomon tricks her into sleeping with him and gives her a ring so that in case she becomes pregnant, the child might use it to identify himself to him. Now, in Ethiopia, it is believed that the child born as a result of the liaison between Solomon and the Queen of Sheba was Menelik the first Solomid emperor of Ethiopia. Now, the popularity of this version of the Sheba Solomon tale amongst Africans in the diaspora is responsible for the belief of many African Americans and Rastafarians who hold on to the notion of Ethiopia as the promised land. Thank you very much for being a part of this episode of the Sankofa Pan-African series. Please help us to sustain this series by sharing our videos with your friends and contacts. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And then see you next time when we'll be trying to answer the questions whether or not the Ark of the Covenant is actually in Ethiopia and how we got there.